if you're in a neurodiverse marriage and you find yourself thinking, how am I supposed to make all these accommodations with my ASD spouse? You're not alone. Many neurotypical partners end up, without meaning to, becoming the emotional coach, the meltdown manager, the communication interpreter, the social guide, and yes, the therapist. But here's the truth. You're not the therapist. You're the partner. And carrying both roles is not sustainable, not for you and not for the relationship. And hey, I know your heart was in the right place, but your therapy often made a bad problem worse. So today I'm going to give you permission and a blueprint to step out of that therapist role and reclaim your place as an equal spouse. Let's talk about how NT partners accidentally become the therapist, the trap nearly every NT wife falls into. When your ASD husband struggles with emotional regulation, communication, or empathy blind spots, you naturally compensate. Why wouldn't you? And at first, that works. Then it becomes a pattern, then a job, then an identity. You start anticipating emotional triggers, coaching him through every frustration, over-explaining your needs, translating his tone or behavior, absorbing his anxiety because he can't, walking on eggshells to keep the peace, and monitoring his meltdowns like a clinician, not a spouse. That's when the relationship shifts from marriage to management. Now, you didn't choose this. Your heart was in the right place again. You were doing the best that you knew how to do, given the circumstances. You adapted to survive. Yes, you did. But now you're exhausted, resentful, and feeling guilty for wanting to step back. Let me state this clearly. It's not your responsibility to regulate your ASD husband's emotions. It's not your job to be his therapist, and it is healthy to step out of that role. No need to feel guilty. You may ask yourself, how am I supposed to accommodate all these things? All the work is on me. Okay, well, when an ASD spouse makes requests that feel impossible, for example, requests for endless explanations, perfect predictability, zero emotional tone coming from you, or constant reassurance, you can often feel trapped between two spots. Between I want to be supportive and this is just too much pressure. It's cracking my brain and making me insane. The real problem isn't the request. The real problem is role confusion. You're trying to meet clinical needs using relational tools, and it doesn't work. So let's separate these roles once and for all. We need to look at what a partner is responsible for. As a neurotypical wife, you are responsible for some stuff. Speaking respectfully, being truthful, sharing your emotional experience, setting boundaries, staying open to repair, offering kindness, choosing connections when you can, stepping away when you must. That's it. Period. You are not responsible for managing meltdowns, calming anxiety, preventing shutdowns, fixing past trauma, being the safe person 24/7, teaching social skills, providing therapy-level emotional support. Those needs fall into a different category and they require a different solution. What is your ASD spouse responsible for? Okay. He's responsible for learning his triggers, practicing self-regulation, pursuing therapy or coaching, using coping strategies, expressing needs clearly, managing internal overwhelm, repairing ruptures, asking not demanding, calming himself before re-entering the discussion. This is how equality gets restored, because you can support him, but you cannot regulate him. Let's look at the needs for a professional versus needs for a partner. Here's a simple framework for you, the NT wife. It's a quick way to categorize whether a need belongs to you or to a therapist. Needs appropriate for a partner. Can we talk about how we can connect more? I need more clarity when we make plans. Can you let me know when you need alone time? I'd like us to schedule fun time together. Okay, those are relational, they're normal, they're mutual. Now here are needs appropriate for a therapist or an ASD coach. Help me manage my meltdowns. Teach me emotional regulation. Help me with rejection sensitivity. Explain my partner's tone to me. Help me not misread facial expressions. Coach me on how to communicate without escalating. These are clinical skills, not partner duties. So if you've been trying to fill those roles, no wonder you're tired. You've been doing two jobs. Now let's look at the NT partner's emotional exit strategy. Every NT wife needs one tool above all else, and it is this, an emotional exit strategy. This protects you from burnout and protects the relationship from unnecessary conflict. Here's how to use it. Number one, notice the red flags in your own body. Could be tight chest, pressure between the eyes, frustration turning into anger, feeling responsible for his emotions, the urge to over-explain, the I have to fix this panic. Number 2, use a simple exit script. For example, I hear that you're upset. I care, but I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm stepping away to calm down. Let's revisit this later when we're both regulated. That's short, clear, boundaried, and kind. Step 3, leave the interaction. Not angrily, not dramatically, just calmly exit. Step 4, return later with a reset. Okay, I'm back, let's start fresh. This strategy keeps you in the partner role, not the therapeutic one. Now let's talk about reassigning emotional responsibility back to your ASD husband. Here's the part that may feel uncomfortable for you, but incredibly freeing. The NT wife also has the mom brain and feels compelled to fix, to work on, to help. And why wouldn't you? Hey, your heart's in the right place, God bless you. But your ASD husband must carry his own emotional weight. That means he calms himself before re-engaging. He seeks therapy or coaching. He practices skills independently. He self-monitors rising anxiety. He regulates before discussing sensitive topics. And he does his work, not outsource it to you. That's not abandonment. It's empowerment. He grows, you breathe, and the relationship stabilizes. So let me leave you with this. Your role in the marriage is partner, not therapist. When you reclaim that role, everything shifts. Resentment decreases. Emotional weight becomes shared. Communication becomes clearer. Connection becomes possible again. And both partners step into their actual responsibilities. If you've been carrying too much, if you've been doing all the emotional labor, if you've been trying to help enough to make the relationship work, now is the moment to step back. Not out of the relationship, but out of the role that never belonged to you in the first place. Now, if this resonates with you, hit like and subscribe and comment below. I'm interested in hearing this. What part of the therapist role do you want to step out of first? I read every comment, and I'll be here to support your journey. Would you like to schedule a paid private coaching session? This will be in the form of a face-to-face Zoom call. Underneath any of my videos, you'll see this Calendly link. If you click on that link, it'll open up my calendar. You can pick the available days and times that works for your schedule. You'll get a follow-up email immediately after purchasing a session that will have the Zoom link that coincides with the day and time that you picked. I will get an email too that you scheduled a session, and I will be available on that exact day and time, and we will talk. I look forward to working with you.